204. Back in the saddle.
Squirt, dude.
I've been gone.
You have been gone. You've been out doing your thing. You've been on the road.
It was fun though. It was a good time out there in Chicago. Well, Schaumburg, I think it was called.
Is that what they're calling Chicago now? Schaumburg?
No, it's like the club's in some like suburb town, like 20 minutes out of the city.
Outside of Chicago.
Yeah, but it was nice,
Gotcha.
and the club was great, and and everybody who came out was really great. And then we went to Columbus, the Funny Bone, which is like
Get boned.
Yeah, we got boned.
Yeah,
it
you
was
got boned out,
fucking.
dude.
It was good out there. Man, what nice people. Ohio State, because we went to the game on Saturday, the Notre Dame Ohio State game, which total bullshit. Refs fucked that game, but that's fun. I guess that's a win if you're a Buckeye, but fucking cocksuckers. It's one ball bounce. Like I'm not gonna get into it, dude. We watched this ball skip about 10 feet in front of this kid.
Classic. That is classic six too. It's like, yeah, whatever. I mean, fuck it. I guess
dude,
that's a win. You can fucking take it. Fuck you.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm more of a traditional athlete.
I handed back to him. He's like, nah, dude.
I wouldn't accept it.
I'm sorry. I will humbly decline. I will let it go.
But the people out there were really nice. Like on the campus
dude.
and everything they were really cool. So it was good to meet some people out there, and I'll get into a bunch of it. But yeah. Oh, let me tell you this right off the bat. All right, we're at Ohio State. So in their tailgating, the parking lot, people like rent porta potties. It's weird. It's not like a whole row, with normal tailgating. Yeah, there's like, I think there is certain areas, but they're limited. And people had like their own porta potties that I guess the campus rents out to you if you're going to be partying. So me and Tommy are looking to piss while Shane.
And you're just going into somebody's.
Well, you walk up and it's like, a tailgating party. So it's like, I was like, fuck it. I just walked up to these people. They're all Ohio State, but I didn't give a shit. And I was like, excuse me, is there any way we could use the bathroom? She's like, I don't know. Making fun because I was wearing Notre Dame gear. And she's like, all right. Just don't make a mess. And I'm like, I look at Tommy. I'm like, because now I want to crap on the seat. Dude. And I just had to whiz. And I was just like, do I let go and just.
Do you think people take out extra insurance on their rental toilet? They're like, you know what? Maybe I need the extra insurance. I might do something fucking wild.
But also, it was one of those ones that had like the toilet and the little like urinal thing. So obviously, I just used the urinal, but I was gonna be like, hey, what's that,
dude?
Fucking just
you got to crap in the urinal, dude.
I was gonna be like, thank you so much, go Irish, and also go clean up my poop that's all over the seat because I crapped your urinal,
dude. If you left a turd with a little leprechaun hat on top of it, just like top of the morning, dude. Plop of the morning.
Poop like a champion today.
You wanted an Airbnb, dude.
But they were nice enough to let us, so we left. But I went in to use it, but I was this close to just being like, "Fuck this,
dude." That is funny that they're like, you might if you took their playful like ribbing, like, hey, you can't go in there, Irish. You're like, fucking son of a.
I'm like, my grandfather went through this shit.
Fucking dare you?
My mom's whole side of the fucking family went through this goddamn shit. It's not happening
Dude,
today.
You crap and write no Irish and poop on the wall. Like, that's for pop. I did that for you.
No
dude.
Irish need poop.
No Irish need not apply shit, dude.
Yeah, dude. So,
God damn it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You rent toilet. How many of them were there?
So it looked like what we could tell was like, depending on how big your tailgating party was, like some people had two, but most people just had like one. But I thought it was bizarre. I guess it's a way to make money, which is insane to me because the stadium's not bad, but it's 100 years old.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, and that's a major football program. It's like, put some fucking money into this
Did you
thing.
see any double wide toilets out there for the wide boys?
No, the bathrooms though were like pretty just troughed up.
Dude.
That's standard at a fucking
troughs are the best way to go anyway.
Exactly.
They're the most efficient toilets.
Yeah, and then the games. What do I give a shit?
Yeah, dude, you don't give a fuck. Dude.
Troughs are like, this is like the big net for all your disgusting ways.
There's crazy. One time I was pissing at a trough and a guy was arcing it like on the wall, bank shotting it down into
That's
the
skilled
trough,
though.
Which is like,
was he looking at the guy next to him like, check it out, bank shot?
See that?
Off the glass, baby.
Dude, I think there should be. If you're gonna pee at a trough, there should be little nets with like a spinner thing at the bottom.
They have those on some toilets have like a net. It's
what?
Like, yeah, I remember seeing it in like some dumb like, like a fucking. I remember it was like down Florida, like in Key West.
That's awesome.
It was like some stupid thing, and it didn't like keep score.
No, it's just something for.
Because I thought I was out in Three-Land.
You're like,
I was out there bombing, dude. I was like Reggie
It was
Miller.
like Hot Shots basketball. You're like, I gotta make this.
I'm like, that's a 3, obviously. Look at me.
Where's the ref?
I was dunking my balls. Yam time.
You were hanging from the trough like fucking Dawkins.
Yeah, dude.
What'd you do? I broke the backboard off of that trough.
I crapped in it. I'm like, here comes Chocolate Thunder.
I just left a Bugsy Mogs in there.
Yeah, but I've seen
Damn.
those stupid things. Yeah.
I just always wonder, like, there was also a bar I went to in my hometown who they had logos of sports teams in the toilet, which I thought was fucking great.
I used to love we'd go down to the American Legion and fucking always either a Hillary sticker or Ben Laden.
Just pee right on it, dude.
Dude, Osama made it pretty long. Or not Osama, fucking, what's his name? Fucking Saddam. Saddam was still in there like a couple of years ago. Saddam was still in there.
You never not pee on Saddam.
I think a lot of those old guys don't know he's dead. They're like, we're going to get him one day. I'm like,
there was I always loved in the movie Necessary Roughness, the guy who opens his locker and says, Saddam, this scud's for you. I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
the Marine guy.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's the best one. But I don't know if people really care. Like, I'd pee on a Saddam sticker, no problem.
Oh, you know what's another big one in like American Legions is always Jane Fonda. Hanoi Jane, because they hate her.
Jane Fonda, dude.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Dude, she went over to Vietnam. She was the one that was like, she like went and like met with prisoners and shit and was like, all right, this seems okay. I don't know why we're fighting. And it's like, what?
I thought it was just.
Remember when like what's his name was a POW who was McCain?
Yeah.
And then there's another like very famous video. It's not McCain. It might have been somebody else that was giving like he was like tapping in the interview because he was like, they're treating me well, but he was doing Morse code.
Morse code.
And saying like, yo, I'm lying. They're
Yeah.
fucking us up. Get out. Go, nuke these motherfuckers. But yeah, the vets, the boys, dude, Legion boys don't like Jane.
I thought they just
don't
had
like
a problem
Jane
with
at
her
all.
workout tapes. If anything, they're like, not.
They're like, this is
my
not.
thighs.
Everything still goes to my thighs. I'm not sweating to the oldies.
He's like, I'm not fond of her problems, but I'm fond of that ass. I'll tell you that.
Politics, whatever.
It's
But
bullshit.
But it was a good trip for me and O'Connie. I mean, everybody had good, but me and O'Connie were hanging because I was hanging with him.
Yeah,
when we got done
I saw you
Chicago.
guys go down a big slide. What the fuck was that thing?
That was at a place called Pins.
That was the only time I was jealous of that whole trip. I was like, that looks fucking good.
Dude, we went to this place called Pins. That was that Friday. So we were out there doing shows Wednesday, Thursday. We were off Friday, and the game was Saturday.
Yeah.
So I was saying when I did Stuff Island last week, before we started recording, Tommy was like, I'm going to come out probably Thursday or Friday. And I go, okay, that'll be cool, though, because we have that day off. And O'Connor's like, oh, sick. So we can just take it easy, and then the game's the next day. Long day, long night, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there talking, and Tommy's just shaking his head looking at me. He's like, and I'm like, yeah, I'll be fucked up by noon. He's like, there it is. I was wondering when you were going to break on that, because I was like, I'm going to take it easy.
Yeah.
Dude, we
Fuck
go out to
that.
lunch on that Friday to some Mexican place. Me and Shane both leave to go back to the hotel to like shower or something. I text the group chat like, yo, is anybody going to do anything the rest of the day? Shane ate a burrito that took him out for the rest of the day. He was like, leave me. He was like Elias. Staying in the woods.
You got a porta potty renting to own on that one, dude.
Yeah, he was like, I'm done. Plus, we were tired from the night before. And then Chris and Tommy just stayed at the bar. And like, I gave it another hour because I figured they'll fucking gas out, come back. They stayed. So I go back up and meet them. We buy Tommy this massive fish bowl, like the most gaudy fucking... It was literally a goldfish bowl.
That's awesome.
With 9 straws. He got mad as shit, obviously. He's like, I'm not fighting. This is embarrassing.
No, that's exactly
it
what
was
you do.
pretty good. I'm not going to
You
lie.
can bitch up and down about those fucking fish bowls, but they are delicious.
Yeah, it's not bad. So we ended up sitting there. And then Shane texted. We were there for like 2 hours or something. And then Shane texted like, you boys want to do a nice dinner? There's a steakhouse down the street. We're like, yeah. So we had like 2 hours to kill. I found out there was a place called Pins. And it's like it's more upscale like Dave and Buster's. So it's like, they have the mini bowling. Do you ever play that?
Yeah, with the thin stick. Yeah, the candlestick bowling. Yeah, hell yeah.
But it's also like the pins were on strings. That O'Connor had played this before, and he said that's usually not the case, and it was just kind of sucked. I got a good shot of Tommy picking up a spare.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, it was sick. It was sick.
See a showdown reference, little Kingpin
I saw
reference.
the yellow, dude.
So we did that, and that slide was on the second level down. to the first. But then we found the ultimate, which is just like off to the side of the bar. No one's using it. Just 12 recycle bins everywhere and 2 like, little recess balls. I was like, oh, we're talking trash can beer pong. Here we go.
Yeah, dude.
So everybody, we're between the legs. Tommy's fucking stretching out. I'm like, brick, But we start playing that. We almost missed dinner. And we also went right back there right after dinner. And let me tell you something. I was automatic, dude. I was locked in. Whew. I was swishing. It was fucking, they couldn't stop me. The first round, I sucked. I couldn't get it in.
You always got to get a game in.
Yeah, and once I got the game in, it was really great. But, that's all. I was like, dude, it's funny how this is like an upscale. Because it was. They had like bocce ball, like really nice things for that, and like nice pool tables. There's like this nice outside deck. But we're over in the alleyway with the fucking kitchen crew throwing volleyballs.
I was gonna say,
trash
it's not even
cans.
part of the fucking place.
And, dude,
it's just something they set up.
And luckily we could only hold that area for like 2 hours at a time because, dude, it was starting to get heated. Like, dude, you'd see one brick off like, motherfucker, I hate bullshit. Also, I got fucking O'Connor beamed me in the face with one.
Oh, yeah?
Dude, if it was one of the red, old school, I would have a fucking black eye.
That's awesome.
Because it was one of these like soft inside, like
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like a Nerf ball, but a little bit more bouncy.
A little bit harder.
Yeah, he winged it at me.
It's one of the newer dodgeballs that they had to do after people got all pissed off. That's stupid.
Those small recess balls, they were.
Dude.
Oh, I used to tattoo kids, dude.
Voight had a fucking. They was like fucking Boeing at Voight. They were like, how can we fuck children up?
There's no one that ever held one of those balls and didn't think, who am I going to plaster in the fucking face right now? Like, that's all you think about. Even if you get it on the back of the legs, that'll get you.
The other thing about those Voight balls, I don't know what it was that if you kicked them, they never sliced. They always went straight, and you could fucking bean kids with a fucking kick. It was so fucking good.
Yeah, those things, man. I've seen kids fucking blood was shed with those things. I mean, those things can break skin.
There's nothing better than fucking taking out someone you don't like in
bombardment.
In bombardment.
Dude, I remember a couple of times, I will never forget, when I turned to like throw and somebody was already cocked and all you can do is like turn around and be like, no! And it's just like, doink! It sucks.
The funny thing is,
they're tough to catch.
Yeah,
too.
they're impossible to catch, and I never blocked every time I got a hit. I just like took it like, give me the ball.
What are you, fucking Happy Gilmore in the paddock?
Seriously, stood in front
Dude,
of
you know you can use the ball to block? You're like,
nah,
fuck
dude.
that.
I was trying to be fucking
Gotta toughen up.
I was like, dude. There were times you just turn around and it's just like right there, and it's like out of a movie. It's like, and that's when I realized everything in my life.
You're probably wondering how I got myself in this position.
It's like definitely the record scratch. Like, there I am, 12 years old. Never thought this day was gonna come.
Yeah, but it was fun. Like
shit in your pants.
So after Chicago was fun. Akani had a rough one.
Yeah, I saw him walking around without a shirt on.
Yeah, it was hot, but also he was right? too. Well, one night, it was the second night we were there. The first night was when we made him go hit on the girl, which I talked about. Oh,
yeah.
Which I'm not lying. Shout out to Burke for that clip because it's perfect. And if you know Tombstone, he hits it perfect because I actually reference it saying how fast it is watching Val Kilmer shoot him. And immediately O'Connor turned into Ringo when he's like, eh. And you hear me say it lines up perfect. But I can't tell you, I cannot stress this enough. He walked up. I don't think he stopped moving. He was like, hey, can I get you a drink? Okay. And walked right back. Like she had it loaded. Turned out she actually just didn't want the drink because she had to drive like 40 minutes. She didn't live. She said she wanted to get a drink, but I don't know. I don't think she was there the next night. But
what a bummer.
It did, it was fun.
That is funny though, walking into a situation and directly not even having to break your stride.
Yeah.
And walking right back out of it. I've had to do that a few times.
It's like you're not gonna stand there, but maybe she'll change her mind.
Because there's nothing worse than being like, come on, you don't want it. She's like, no. You're like, you're right. And then you just act like you weren't supposed to be there the whole time.
Yeah.
You just go over like, actually, where are the bathrooms at? I was fucking trying to figure it out.
The second night we went to that bar, fucking dude. All right, here's the thing, and I think we talked about this before. Chris was actually talking about it in his set, like all weekend in Chicago. But the first night we went to this vape shop so he could get his vapes, and I walked in and I asked the kid at the vape shop, like he looked normal. I was like, yo, what's you guys sell cigarettes in here? He's like, no. I was like, okay.
Damn.
I was like, where can you get cigarettes around here? He was like, I mean, any gas station. I was like, yeah. Where's the gas station? I was like, well, is there a gas station in this we're in this little shopping center? I was like, where's the gas station? He goes, he's like, there isn't one. You should just go to the liquor store. I was like, again, I have no idea where I am, dude. Dude, I was like looking at him like, what is happening? And I can't believe a fucking guy, with raw paper skateboards.
Yeah, you would have thought this guy
answer.
has any idea what the fuck he's doing.
But then I asked, when's last call? This is what Chris was talking about on stage. I go, when is last call? And he crossed my wires. He's like, I mean, like when? I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean when? He was like, where at? I was like, anywhere.
Dude.
Like, all right, am I nuts? It's like, I know it might go county by county or business by business. They can obviously shut it down whenever. But isn't there a legal closing time?
It's usually 1:30 to 2 o'clock.
2 p.m. Again, it's thank God to this one dude messaged me and saying like, hey, great shows in Chicago. And fucking, where is it, dude? John Rouch. Shout out to John Rouch. He messaged me and said, hey, great shows, everything. Also, closing time's 2 a.m. And I'm like, oh, there it is. Yeah. It's like, dude, thank you, John. But
how old was the kid working this fucking smoke stand?
Like 32. He wasn't a kid. I swear to God, I turned into Will Smith and I Am Legend, like looking at that mannequin. I was like, if you're real, you better fucking tell me, dude. I was so confused.
What a dipshit.
Yeah, it was really weird. And
what do you think closing time is?
But the second night, we went to the same bar after the show that the staff told us to, and there was this fucking fat, bald retard. I don't give a fuck. I hope you watch it, dude. Like, automatic fag. Like, I knew, I was like, this kid sucks. Because you know what he's doing? He comes out hot at us. I'm like, you don't... Here's the thing. I get it. You're relating over, like, yo, we're the dogs. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. Just don't fucking talk to me about that. He was saying shit. He was with these two girls. Like, I think one was his girlfriend and her friend. They bought us around. So I went over to say,
Killer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then he just starts, like, talking shit. I'm like, what's happening? So I just looked at the girls. I said, hey, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for the round. And he was
wait,
like,
what was he talking shit about?
Just, he was trying to, like, bust balls. And I go, bro, I don't fucking know you.
Fucking retard.
Then he mentioned something about her. And I was like, nope. He mentioned it, like... Didn't say her by name. He didn't say Kyle's name, but I was like, I saw red. So I turn around, I walk over to Shane and O'Connor. Go, I'm gonna kill this fucking kid. I'm gonna walk home, and took the high road and walked out. And Chris walked with me. He goes, no, don't leave by yourself. I'm leaving with you. That's when the shirt came off, and he's like, I hope we. I'm like, take it easy,
man.
But dude, he's jacked, isn't he?
Yeah.
O'Connor,
he's got a good back on him. I see.
O'Connor's yoked, dude.
He's looking good.
Yeah, me and O'Connor had fun. It was a good time. And then in Ohio, Sam came out. Sam was there for one night.
Yeah,
he was doing hilarities in Cleveland, so he stopped up. And I was telling Danny about his opening bit the first night. He was doing like 10 minutes. I was hosting because obviously we can't have O'Connor. And they're like, this guy's one of my best friends. Which is just bizarre. But so I hosted and I brought Sam up. And Sam's like, oh, keep it going for Brian. I love him. I haven't seen Six in a while. And it's funny, before the show, me and Six were outside talking. And I was saying you shouldn't be able to hit women. You shouldn't do that, all right? Nobody should be hitting women. And Six said, yeah, but you should be able to make them flinch. I was like, what the fuck? I think it was like...
just a little bit of a scare.
I was like, did you guys really talk about it? I was like, no, what the fuck?
Funny.
I was like, I mean, I don't know if I fully disagree with it, but...
Now that you say it, it's actually a pretty good point on it.
But it was great to see Sam. Shout out Sam.
That's
and fucking it was really good. And those shows were good. But yeah, it was a nice trip, you know?
Yeah, while you were out having that trip,
here we go.
I was here witnessing the Philadelphia Naked Bike Ride, which should not be called the Naked Bike Ride. I got to be honest with you, they should change the name of that. It should be called the Naked Creepy Fucking Dude Bike Ride. Every dude is completely naked. Every dude who does the naked bike ride is completely naked. And I would say that it's 90% dudes who do it. And then the other 10% that are women are not naked. They're just like wearing pasties or they've got like weird body paint on. I would say maybe like 3% of the chicks who do it are naked. And it is so crazy watching people get wildly excited. And it's just like that scene. Yeah! Dude, people are losing their mind. There was one guy. I honestly was like, is anybody going to address this dude? Because he seems like he's a problem. There's one guy, his nipples were so hard through his shirt.
Jesus.
Dude, he was so excited. He's just standing there, this huge fucking Italian guy with his phone out, just yelling at everyone like, let him hang, ladies. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, high five.
Oh, he wasn't into it.
No, dude, he wasn't in the bike race. I mean, he was just standing.
They complain about that every year. It's like, you're in Philly. It's
dude,
like half
what did
more
you
my
think
uncles
was going to happen here? Yeah. This guy was pumped as fuck.
Yeah.
And then there was a dude on a penny farthing bike, which is like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? There's nothing worse.
That'd be so funny if you got a ball caught in the big wheel.
I was hoping that was the bike that causes the crash. Because you want a naked bike ride crash to happen to ruin the naked bike ride.
Yeah, like a Tour de France. Like, you know, when you see them, like, when they start, it's usually
over the fucking thing, dude. Just a huge pile up.
Tit burns on the
It's like, man, what happens? Like 3 dicks were lost that day.
Oof.
We don't even talk about it anymore. Someone got a ball caught in a spoke. Nobody wants to talk about it.
I mean, I think, and I agree, I think for the most part, if you've ever witnessed a naked bike ride, it should be called maybe like semi-dress ride for 90% of the people involved with it.
It's kind of crazy because every dude is just so pumped that their dick is out. And you're like, all right, I guess I...
Did you see any hugers? Because most dudes look like they pee on their balls.
Dude, there was one guy, I swear to God, he had 2 dicks. I actually almost tried to take a picture of it because I saw it was sticking up out of the top of the base of his dick. It was big enough where I was like, what is...
Was he naked? Or?
Yeah, he was naked as hell. They're all the dudes are naked. Let me just say that. Every dude is naked.
Obviously.
Not one.
I want to see a dude on a big wheel just jerking off.
Dude,
like,
there was a couple dudes who are in the like lay down bikes.
Yeah, that's the way to
I
go.
was like, holy crap.
That's the way to go.
Just waiting for some dude with a fucking flag sticking to his dick. Like, yeah, number one.
I'm waiting for a dude to get in like a Tonka truck and just try
I
one
would
of
love
those.
it. If there was one guy on a big wheel during the naked bike ride, lights out. Game over on that.
I mean, yeah, you could skid out. You know, I used to skid out. Plastic wheels. When was that? On Saturday?
That was on last Saturday, yeah. It was just like, again, calling it the naked bike ride is kind of like deceiving because you assume everyone's going to be naked in it.
Right.
But also, the amount of dudes that show up who I know are like, yo, chicks are gonna be here, dude.
Dudes are tailgating the side like the fucking Eagles just won the Super Bowl again.
They're not even in the bike. There was a couple guys who weren't even on bikes. They were just running alongside of the bikes. Who were just like, that's not the naked bike ride. You're just a guy running naked through the streets.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Like it's fucking like Lance Armstrong's last mile.
Just hanging on the seats. Fucking just, there was one guy on rollerblades. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
That'd be funny if it was like the gay, like it was Philly local, but gay dudes, but they're like, yeah, fucking talk about go Birds. You know what I mean?
Dude, there was one guy who had the Eagles logo painted on his dick.
On his dick?
Yeah, right above his dick.
Oh, that's lame.
It's like, you know, missed opportunities left and right for this. And I don't know why, again.
Gardini talks about that, doesn't he?
What?
He's like my favorite thing about the naked bike rides the next day, which is my favorite day, called the smelling every seat.
Yeah, dude. That was the other thing, too, that I was kind of blown away about. The amount of Indigo bikes that were used during it. The fucking public bikes that, like, everyone can ride.
Oh, that should be illegal.
That was wild as fuck, dude. I was like, man, the amount of man ball sack on all of this.
Did anybody scoot it? I could have scooted it.
There was one scooter.
Yeah.
There was one scooter.
Electric scooter.
It wasn't an electric scooter. It was a Razor.
Oh, my God.
It was a Razor scooter. I don't think there's any electronic bikes allowed in this.
That's
the only thing they stay true to.
I mean, dude, it's called the naked. You're just supposed to be naked on a bike. It's like, what are they? Like, whoa. What is that? One of those new...
Dude, get off of that.
Come on, we're traditional.
I wish there was a fucking naked motorbike ride, dude. That would be fucking sick.
Yeah.
I don't know why there isn't more of that. Also, put a ramp. Get a ramp during the naked
see who's
bike
really
ride. Let's see who's really extreme on this, dude.
I bet you could pull out. You could definitely figure out whose tits are fake and not with the ramp.
There was a couple of tits that I saw.
Should have a loop-de-loop. It's like,
There's a couple tits I saw that were like, man, those have got to be the most back pain causing tits I've ever seen in my life.
I mean,
it's kind of crazy in the way that, like,
dude, and I know you two know, and I think most people would agree with me when it comes to the naked bike ride. It's a lot of theater girls.
Yeah.
Let's just say,
yeah.
not many bunnies riding around out on that thing. You know what I mean? It's a lot of like, yeah, you wear like my mom's curtains as dresses a lot. You know what I mean? A lot of dunkums out there.
Dude, these were Dunkin' Donuts out there, dude. One of these chicks, I swear to God, the way she was hanging, dude. Again, I wish I took a picture, but then again, I felt weird, like people were taking pictures and shit.
I thought that was like not. I mean, I guess you can because it's in a public.
Yeah,
just riding. But
I honestly was like, man, I would feel weird taking a picture of it because it's like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But this chick had her tits resting on.
That's actually hilarious.
I was like, that is fucking awesome.
She had it in the basket like E.T. Had a little blankie over.
Dude, if she painted her tits like E.T., that would be the best naked bike ride gag in the fucking world.
Yeah, dude. Some guy rides by with his wiener. It's like the finger. It's like, girl, I'm about to heal you.
About to bone home.
Dude, let me bring this up too. Just before I forget, at the shows, I've noticed, this is why I can't host anymore when it's O'Connor featuring, because he has no mic etiquette. Sure. All right? I got to put this out there. He goes out and he has this really bad tendency of when he gets out there, he not only takes the mic out and puts it back, but he's like, he
pushes it all the way down.
And he's, you know, and he's 3'2", yeah. So like that's okay for him. But every time I go up, it's like this. Yeah. And I'm like, dude. And both times, if you were in Columbus, you got to see this. Both times in Columbus on the second show, I'd walk up and be like, Jesus Christ, because it'd be like down by my balls. And this thing was, and a lot of those mic stands are old as shit and they stick.
Yeah.
Dude, both shows, I went, and the mic just goes flying. And I'm just like, classic. I mean, it was just, God damn it, dude. And I go, God, stop fucking putting the mic stand down.
It's just his fucking tick.
I just had to get that out there.
The worst thing is that he'll never stop doing that.
No.
That's like his thing now. That's the tick that he'll do.
Gotta love Sam, because Sam is like my height and he doesn't take the mic out. He just holds the
yeah, he does it. He does a Freddie Mercury type of thing.
Yeah.
It's fucking sick.
He definitely got AIDS.
He's got the
yeah. But I wanted to get that out before I forgot. Moving on. I finally almost finished Elvis last night.
Oh, my
I didn't realize that was 6 days long.
Dude, it is forever. And I'll tell you this about Elvis. It also escalates so fast.
It's a lot moving. It's a lot going on.
That I was like, am I watching the same fucking movie?
That's when I knew. I didn't have to look it up. Like I knew it was Baz Luhrmann who did Gatsby. And it's like, there's a certain way he shoots. And it's like, dude, when they moved into that house for the first time, the nice one with the Spain, it's just like, slow down, dude. There's just like fucking so much moving pieces. I'm like, dude. And I thought that kid was really good. I didn't realize that was the kid who played Tex Watson in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, too.
Oh.
That's where he's from.
Okay.
Yeah. And I thought he was good. I thought the kid who plays B.B. King's really good.
Yeah, dude. B.B. King ruled.
And the kid who played Little Richard. How about...
Yeah,
dude, fucking killed it. The like, you know, supporting cast was great in that movie, but it was just like, what?
Tom Hanks was annoying as shit.
Dude,
that sucked.
I couldn't get over it.
I get it. That guy was Dutch in real life, and he was probably spot on, but looking at him, it's like, dude, you definitely were touching kids.
Also, the amount of times he said snow job in that movie was unnerving.
He's like, oh, Mr. Elvis. I'm like, all I kept thinking about was Goldmember. I was like, is this guy going to eat his own skin? You look like him, kind of.
Dude, it was fucking weird as hell. His relationship with Elvis, if that is true to the story, is a very...
They say it, I think, in the beginning of the movie where it's like there was a tell-all book towards the end of his life that he was like, yeah, the Colonel fucked me. And it's like you see in the one part at the end when he signs on to the International Casino, it's like, he's like, what do you pay me? And it's like the unlimited credit. And he's like, we're in. And it's like... That's so funny to think of this old creepy Dutch guy just losing millions at the blackjack table. He sucks at blackjack. What a loser.
It's a crazy thing to also have a gambling debt so big. It's like, I have to find the biggest showman in the world.
He was. You know what's crazy is that it's surprising that guy didn't manage the Misfits, because if you think about it, whoever was managing this was like, here's what we do. We put that logo on every fucking thing in the world. Like, I was watching, he's like, oh, the Singer sewing machine. I'm like, dude, this is like first Misfits.
Dude, when he was just like, get the scarves. Elvis scarves.
Dude, that shit.
When Elvis was like, yeah, get the scarves. Like, just having Elvis being born like merchandise. Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, he was telling him like, no, we had to do it like that. It's like, no, obviously you had a gambling problem. He's cranking out movies, singing the Turtles and shit.
Dude.
Like, dude. Everyone's like, your movies stink, Elvis.
I also wonder, like, I know Gene Simmons had his own brand of condoms.
And Kiss.
Kiss's merch is out of control.
Yeah.
I know that Gene Simmons had his own brand of condoms, but I also wonder if that ever got brought up to Elvis. Because there was a point in time where like they were like, yeah, we're all right with the gyrations that you're doing now. Because it's just like, that's just who you are. But it took forever for Elvis to get past it, which I also think is so
They put so much emphasis
funny.
on that, which I agree.
It was
a
so
big deal
crazy.
back then. But it's also like, it's so funny how he does that outdoor show and they have to build it up to be like, I'm going to shake my knees. And they're like, oh my God, he did it. I'm like,
it is so
Two Live
crazy.
Crew was banging women on stage.
I also think that's what's so crazy too, is it wasn't that far away. Elvis, everyone thinks like it was a different, I was like, yeah, but it wasn't that fucking far away.
No, it was when the Beatles were coming in.
Exactly.
You know?
But like Elvis should be like wiggling his one toe and the chicks are creaming in their fucking panties.
Then 20 years later, Uncle Luke takes the stage.
Dude.
He's like, I'm going to have sex with your mom on stage. He's like, yes.
Damn, dude.
It wasn't. He's like, fuck Elvis, dude.
I did not see that boner coming from a mile away.
So I started last night. I got home. So yeah, I flew from fucking Ohio into LaGuardia, and I went from LaGuardia. I took a lift right to Penn, got on a train, and came home.
And
I
watched Elvis.
Well, I was going to go down to Helium to see because Nick was down there. Mullins was down there all weekend. But I hit the wall when I got home, and I was like, I'll put this on, I'll order food. I started watching it. I'm about an hour and 20 in, and I'm like, there's no way they can end it like this. I hit pause at one point to go smoke. It says I have like 2.5 hours. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, I also did a thing where I was watching it, and like it was not slow. I can't call the movie slow. But what I will say is it was so erratic. I'm like, I don't even really know what I'm doing. I went and took a shit and came back, and it was a different movie. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? I just was not paying attention. And it's
easy to not pay attention to that movie. It's too much.
Too. It's just like, what?
I also don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
But now I'm at the part where he just offered the Colonel the free credit for the casino. Like he's now like in the white collar dressing like, fat evil Knievel stage. Which I love. I love Fat Elvis.
That's the best. He's the best.
But I know they're not going to go into like huge Elvis.
No, they'll never go into Crane Wade Elvis.
No,
never. Ever
Announcement Wade Elvis should be Elvis
Could you
too.
imagine if Elvis went the same way like through Freddie Mercury? And he was
got
still trying.
AIDS?
Yeah, well, like just got super skinny. Got announcement weight.
Yeah.
And he was still wearing the evil Knievel.
Just falling off
just
him.
falling
This
off.
looks like a melted ice cream.
It's like, what happened to this fucking guy?
That was sick though. That it's special when they go into that when he came out in the all leather.
Yeah,
and they had they brought in those two guys that I guess helped out with the Stones and whoever else. And the guy was like, all right, when do we sing? Here comes Santa Claus. They're like, bring up the whorehouse. It's like, yes, dude. Whore Elvis.
Dude, Elvis loved whores.
Did he? I don't know.
I think he did.
All right.
That's the other thing too, is they don't go into Elvis's like fraternizing and like over drug abuse and like they don't go in.
They did softball in that he stole all this music from black people.
Oh, yeah,
I like that. How they were cool with it. He's like, man, I'd like to sing that song. They're like, yeah, you should do it, Elvis. I'm like, I don't think that's how that went. It was funny watching the Little Richard kid who was really good, but then it's funny. He's like, man, he's going to break some hearts. I was like, well,
Yeah.
break some asses.
I'll tell you that much.
break his dick off in some asses.
Little Richard guy, I don't know what about him, but he grabbed my dick on the way out.
Was the one black lady who they like hang out with? Was that the lady who's been like credited for almost like starting rock and roll? She like played guitar and everything. It was like Big Mama something. She was in the movie. The lady who played it looked actually exactly like her.
Oh,
I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that's the lady. Like she's one of the people who was like credited with like starting like.
Are you
rock
sure
and
you
roll.
weren't watching Big Mama's House with Martin Lawrence?
I watched that right after, and it
You
was
might have ran
so much
together.
better, dude. I'm like, thank God, dude.
You always need a palate cleanser, dude.
Yeah, Big Mama brings it home, dude. Yeah, dude.
Just watching an Oscar-nominated movie, like, I need a palate cleanser. Big Mama's House.
It's also
please.
like the fourth one. You know what I mean? Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
Mama's again.
The lady who played Big Mama Thornton, Willie Mae, Big Mama Thornton.
Okay.
Which I don't know if that's her. This lady, but the lady in the movie looked just like her too.
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah, but
Unfortunate.
From what I've watched so far, it's not great. But also, I'm not a big Baz Luhrmann. Like, he did Romeo and Juliet, like the Leo version.
Oh, man.
Yeah. He's very artistic.
It's very artistic, and it's like over the top too, and it's that's fine. But I also didn't. Again, I'm not trying to be a stickler or a dickhead about it, but putting modern music in a period piece
about a musician
is annoying.
With
as
Gatsby,
fuck.
it was like, well, that's weird. Jay-Z's playing, but it's also Gatsby. Whatever. When you have a bio movie about a famous musician, and it's because. Yeah, we figured out on Ian's podcast. Remember we were talking about it? And like the Dojo Cat?
Yeah, Doja Cat. Yeah.
And that was like an updated one. But
god damn it, dude.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you know what was funny? Gil said, he goes, dude, it's seriously, it's a updated fucking, what should we call it? What's that movie with John C. Reilly where he plays Dewey Cox? That's what it is. He's like, why don't you try one of these, Elvis? Put a little pep. He's like, I don't want to. It's not addictive. Yeah, it is. It's Dewey Cox.
It definitely is. I mean, I think Dewey Cox was based on Johnny Cash.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was based on Johnny Cash and Elvis, because Elvis's brother died. Johnny Cash's brother died. It was like all the same type of bull crap.
Yeah.
Which is like,
yeah.
It's easy to make fun of.
I was hoping they would sneak in something like they could have snuck in some pretty sweet Easter eggs, like when they're at the house, when they're at that real big house and he moves everyone in, they're hanging out, and it's all this like Elvis memorabilia. That would have been so funny if in the background you just saw one of the Gump fucking cutout ping pongs.
Dude, I honestly don't know why they didn't put a scene of him meeting Forrest Gump. That would have been a fucking awesome mashup, because in Forrest Gump,
they do see him when he's a kid,
where he's like staying at Gump's
Kurt
house.
Russell,
and he's just like,
that's Kurt Russell.
He's like, show me the moves again.
Yeah, do that little thing where you hit me. That's Kurt Russell.
That would be fucking.
Well, he played
awesome.
Elvis too in like a TV movie back in like the 90s.
Kurt Russell played Elvis.
Kurt Russell's a massive Elvis guy.
Damn,
and that was his voice in Forrest Gump.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I don't know why they don't do more mashups like that. That would be fucking.
Well, they also did. What was that that robbery movie? What was it? 10,000 Miles of Graceland or 5,000 Miles of Graceland? He was Elvis in that.
I thought that was. Wait, I thought that was.
He wasn't. He wasn't actually Elvis. They all just dressed up like Elvis.
I thought that was Kevin Costner.
Yeah, it's Kevin Costner, Kurt Russell, David Arquette, Bokeem Woodbine, which I thought was an odd choice for Elvis. He's more of a BB guy.
Get in there.
They gave him the pompadour.
Elvis is universal, dude.
I mean, yeah.
You could make anybody look like. That's the thing, dude. It's like you get Draculas and Elvis, or like you just put a wig on anybody, you got it. Wig and a cape.
Dude, speaking of Draculas, guess where Burke is right now? Burke, I think, is in Romania.
What?
Yeah, I was like, dude, you should have brought some YFI gear out for the boys, dude.
Dracula's out there?
Yeah, Burke's out there.
Is he at a Dracula nightclub?
Burke looks like a hipster Dracula. Doesn't he?
A little bit.
He's kind of like a gay ring.
Dude, speaking of gay, I was doing I was doing Officer Gay Hands at work, and it was fucking getting everyone fucking.
What's Officer Gay Hands?
It's a character about a cop who just constantly talks like this.
Okay.
Get out of here. Do you know why I pulled you over?
Okay.
And everyone.
This is a new one you're developing and workshopping?
But I do it at work, which is really funny because people come up like, I'm going to need your ID. Just standing there like this, like.
You should shoot it back to him, like wear a headband. Like, there you go.
Dude, I wish I could do that. The other thing we were doing at work, it's another form of the straight face challenge, just like a different version of it.
Nice.
So basically, it's like you ask for someone's ID, but you're really asking to see their butthole. But you do it, you try, and like you're not asking the actual person. It's just seeing if your coworkers can get through a charming, rhyming anecdote as a Southern gentleman, but seeing someone's butthole.
Okay, so give me an example here.
So like basically, it's like, well,
you guys are bored as fuck at work,
dude,
too.
it's crazy.
God damn.
So it's like, hello there, little lady. Well, this ain't a family matter, and I'm not Urkel, but I need to see your sloppy circle. Like something like this. See what I'm going at?
So you have to rhyme.
You gotta rhyme about it.
Like a very sexually harassing.
Yes, basically. Like,
but with a Southern twang.
And
that's
then
all
after
right.
the end, like, let me see that butthole.
Yeah.
Like right at the end, it's like you may be looking for Gomorrah, but you found Sodom. Now let me see that sloppy bottom.
Ooh.
Just something like that. That's pretty good.
Are you gonna start wearing white suits?
Dude,
and having a fucking
just like
having the J hang.
You want to hang, but you don't tie the noose. Now I got to see where that loose juice gets produced.
Dude.
Let me see that butthole.
There's a have a good time in there. I do want to bring this up, dude. Speaking of fucking crazy shit. Dude, do you know that series on Netflix, I Am a Killer?
I didn't watch any of it yet.
So they have 3 seasons, and the new season came out. I downloaded all 6 episodes and was watching them on like all the flights I was on. And dude, there's this one. And if you didn't watch it and you want to watch it, skip through this part. But this one black dude down in Louisiana, they got him because he killed some lady. He definitely had like multiple personality disorder. But his whole thing was when he was a kid, he would just start fires. He's like, first fire started, I was like 8, and there was a calendar on our kitchen wall, and I lit it on fire, and like it was whatever. And it's like it's like old black dude, like southern, like Louisiana twang.
Oh man.
And then he's like, man, it was someone else though, man. I mean, I know this sounds weird, but I would start fires and stand in the middle of them. I burned down a lot of abandoned houses, and I'd stand in the middle and I'd masturbate. And then I'd think to myself, why am I masturbating while I start this fire? I mean, that's not me. I'm like, holy shit, man. First off, credit to this guy.
I'll give it to the
because that's a fast jerk, dude. Backdrafting out there, dude. Because at one point he lit his house on fire and went back to bed. And he goes, next thing I know, I swear to God.
I thought you were gonna say it's like he lit his house on fire, ran away, went back to beat off.
I think that was implied. He would just start fires, masturbate, and then he's like, when I was done, I'd be like, I don't know who did that. It's like, holy shit. This one's more about people with mental issues, and that's why it happened.
Don't say. I mean, this one's more about men. I don't know, guys.
I guess he had a couple of things going on up there.
So what's his thing? Like, so this guy starts fires, right? And then he starts.
It's like, how'd you catch him? Did you look at the outlets? Did you see the gas lines? Like, huge piles of semen.
Yeah. It was like a moth to a flame, only with a dick out.
It's like, dude, how'd you get caught? They got my semen. I'm like, at a fire?
Look.
What's that? He's like, look. Yeah. First off, you want to get into that?
First off, fuck you. Sorry. Fuck you.
That's got to be.
I jerk off the fire.
And then he's like, I was doing a lot of drugs. I was like, dude, if you were sober, that's terrifying.
I mean, then again, I would say doing the drugs with jerking off in a burning
fire
building,
jerker, dude.
Fire jerkers.
That's in his Stephen King movie. It's on Peacock Plus.
Fire jerker.
He's like,
there's just wind blowing his hair back.
He's an X-Men. They're like, that's not really a power. You're just aggressively jerking off at fires.
Dude, what if the guy
like Rogue sitting there like, dude, you gotta stop following me around.
He shows up to Xavier's manager. He's like, what's your powers? Like, I jerk off to fire.
Wasn't Rogue the one that could do that? Was he a big fire guy? Was
Rogue?
that Rogue?
Rogue's the chick who could absorb your powers.
No, then it wasn't. Or Gambit.
Gambit, he could charge stuff up and blow it up.
Whatever X-Man that could actually start fires, you just see the jerker with him, just like, you know what we should do in this situation? Like, dude, I'm not starting a fire. He's looking at Colossus. He's like, I'd let them eyes rip if I were you. Like, get away from me.
Dude, he keeps getting paired up with people. He's like, all right, fire jerker. You're with Cyclops. Cyclops like, I don't want to be paired with him.
Dude, whenever X-Man can time travel, he's back in Chicago during the fires. Like, this is my Xanadu.
This is my Graceland.
Just walking around midtown Chicago, beating off.
He's just like, look, all I do is beat off the fire. Do not get me around a volcano. Or you're going to see my Mount Vesuvius right now.
He's in Pompeii. He's like, yes. Dude, it's crazy. Like, he just says that, and then they go into, like, having the psychologist who worked on the cage, like, when we talk, I go, there's no reason for you to just be like, of course he's nuts. Did he talk about the beating off with the fire shit?
Pyromania beating off is crazy, dude. Just pyromaniac masturbation.
And I always thought the weirdest thing with that kind of stuff, well, not with that, but like, you ever see those shows that like people would be in love with like a roller coaster or their car?
Yeah.
That's like a thing. And I'm like, that's nuts. But then this guy comes along. I'm like, never. My new sheriff in town.
There's no way to classify what's crazy anymore. Because I mean, especially with like social media. I mean, a long time ago, yeah. But to think that there wasn't guys in antiquity beating off the fire, that's crazy too. There's definitely dudes beating off the fire. Like there was probably some cavemen who like finally got fire, and there was one like, and it's like, why are you?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Also, what's his name's character? I'm just looking back. I'm gonna assume he Donald Sutherland's character in Backdraft.
Yeah, dude, that guy definitely beat off the fire.
That guy was nuts,
dude. Just going. going into his bathroom. There's nothing but campfire pictures everywhere. It's like, what is this?
He's like, oh yeah, work that. He's just looking at that thing that goes the one channel on Christmas. He's like, don't come in here.
Dude, he's got a calendar. He's like, look at Miss July.
Dude, he's just rubbing logs before he puts them on. He's like, it's going to burn real good.
It just smells like a campfire. He comes every time.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, fuck.
It's bizarre, man. I just wanted to put that out there because it was one of the weirdest things I had seen. The fucking Tim Donaghy doc was awesome. Shout out to Cardinal O'Hara, you fucking idiots, dude.
Oh, yeah.
How about the one guy in the beginning? He was like, and I licked the bird shit. And I was like, I'm just going to be curious. I go, you could have just said you were a curious kid. Most kids are curious. You licked. I'm like, so this guy got him caught. All three O'Hara alums. It's like, of course, dude. Also, crazy. Stern is the evil empire, dude. Like, it's so funny how they kind of go after. Did you watch it?
No, I watched the thing you posted, and then I watched another trailer of it, and I was like,
I'm pissed I jumped the gun on that because I would have put the one where you said I licked dog shit as the trailer, but it was funny. He's like, man, did I fuck my life up? But they tried to get him, and they're like, you were fixing. The one prosecutor's like, you're sitting in the seat John Gotti did. I'm going to get him or get you like I did him because you fixed all these games. And he just goes, I stop and go, I never fixed a game because he never did. He never fixed a game. He definitely probably missed some calls on purpose, but he starts going into how the whole league is like, yeah, don't ever foul out like Shaq or Kobe or whatever, whoever's bringing in the crowd.
Sure.
And I'm like, that makes sense. You ever see LeBron just run down the court without dribbling? Like, he does that a lot. I did hate how they went out there, Iverson, though. Yeah. With the palming, I'm like, come on, dude. Palming. It's when you, like, go over.
Oh, yeah,
ball,
yeah.
Like, you know
I thought you were allowed to do that.
No. Well, you can to a certain extent. You can't, also, like, hold it up there.
I thought, the thing with traveling is you can take 4 steps while you're with the fucking ball. Like,
2.
2?
Yeah.
Then how come everyone takes 4?
That's LeBron. He runs from, like, half court. Like, get out of the way. He's like...
Just a huge stride. I guess they're like, it's once.
LeBron is basically a more athletic Chief out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just walking up the court. He's holding the bottom of the net, pulling the ball
let
out.
Let him go, man. He's the greatest of all time.
Yeah. But it's a good documentary because it actually took a turn where there was rumors about that when this all happened. But it's like he wasn't fixing games, and also the league put the pressure on him. Sure. They were like, you know what? The best is Stern offered the FBI agent who was investigating the whole thing a job for the NBA. That's how you know Stern was like, you know what? We could use you at the NBA.
You're pretty good.
They were in on it. They were definitely fucking in on it.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, but it's good if you watch games. It. Yeah. What else is going on? What else happened with you? Any more disgusting adventures in sex? What's the latest disgusting adventure you've had in sex?
Any more disgusting?
I know you're brimming. You're fucking pouring out.
Sex.
You're like, all right, this one chick.
Oh no, I was telling Danny that the chicks nowadays with farting is the wheels are off now.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Chicks will just blast ass all the time now.
I mean, when you're like out at a bar or something?
No, I'm just
like
saying there was times where wind the clock back 3 years ago. Chicks, if you're hooking up with them,
a few months in.
If you're hooking up with them, you don't fucking get on toot doot right then and there.
No, toot doot's got to wait.
But now it's like the wheels are off with the toots.
Just showing up these chicks. Who are you going out with? Who's like, burn. Anyway, come on in, Rye. Pull that dick out. It's like, I guess this is hot.
All I'm saying is some of them, you just get real comfortable and you're just like laying in bed and it's like, and you're like,
are they asleep?
No, there's one chick who farts in her sleep a lot.
And that's whatever.
That's whatever.
You can't really judge it.
But then,
what a girl, like you're sitting in bed watching TV. She's like, oh, wait for this part. No. Was that you?
There was one time this chick was getting dressed, and in the middle of getting dressed, she just bends over and rips. I'm like, all right. I was not ready for that.
She's like, keep that change. Like, whoa.
But the funny thing is, I have yet to fart in front of any of these chicks. Because, my head, I'm like, this is like...
wait, the chick who just bent over after... I'm guessing this was after you had bedded her? Did you just after you bedded her?
No, that was also after I masturbated the fire as well.
So,
after you had bedded her.
No, but this is after?
No, this is after, after we hooked up. And then she was
getting dressed to go home.
Yeah.
And then she was like, do you mind if I leave this here?
It was just very.
Was she like embarrassed?
No, just totally. That's the thing too.
She's like, "What do you want to get lunch?"
There's no embarrassment. And the one chick I hooked up with, we were laying in bed afterwards, and in the morning she was just like, she put her hands up. She put her hand up and was like, dude. She's like,
okay, first off,
like, did you hear the fart? I was like, I did.
Wife that up immediately.
Like, I did.
If you find a girl who's like, come on,
dude. I honestly, if a chick hit me with double finger guns, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know what I'd do.
She went
like, dude. We were laying there and she was just like, "You hear the fart?" I was like,
"Did you hear the fart?"
It's like I did.
Dude, she shouldn't have said that. That ruined it. But if she just tooted out and was like, "Oh," if she's like, "Yeah, maybe Saturday." Oh, wait a second. That's a keeper.
Dude, if she
that's
was
confidence keeper. Oh, she gave you the shotgun?
She gave me a shotgun part? I don't know what I do.
She went mariachi and fucking desperado. No.
Dude, it's just like, I didn't think.
Wait.
I told Danny, I was like, I don't know if it's like a new form of like women's lib, but like chicks just do not give a crap about
I don't
farting
hate it.
anymore.
It's like, whatever.
I'm not hating on it either. I just do think it is very funny because I dated a chick for 2 years who rarely, if ever, farted in front of me. Rarely, if ever.
Speaking of crapping, it's like,
yeah,
no.
I mean, crapping is crazy. But I mean, I remember there would be one time I would just bust her balls when she was in the bathroom too long and be like, "What are you doing in there?"
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Would you clog?
I was like, "What are you doing in there?" She's like, "Get out of here!" But now
it's also like, who gives a shit?
I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go in there. It smells like you strangled a raccoon. I know what's happening in here,
dude. That's so funny. You're just dating toots now. That's a toot.
Dude, it's just like
And this was what, this past weekend? You a girl did it again?
Yeah, they always.
That wait the fucking gun? That was this weekend?
No. That was 2 weekends ago.
Who was this weekend?
There was another chick that I just hooked up with, and it was just like a very, like I am not mad about it.
It was never addressed.
It was just like it happened, and I started laughing. She's like, "Yeah, I just farted."
Yeah, but you also have a mind of a 12-year-old like me, so it's like you're either gonna laugh or at least talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a fart. It's never not
like,
gonna be hilarious.
Just like, especially when chicks rip a longer toot, you're like, "Man, I didn't know."
Oh,
you had
they hold
that.
one out,
dude. When it's just like,
if they have time to make eye contact with you during, just like. It's like, whoa.
Slow moving head movement.
Legally, you have to make fun of it. You have to. Dude, that's against the law. If you
I
don't.
also would be blown away because like chicks don't get creative with the movements.
That's what I'm saying. Finger gun girl.
Finger gun part. Or if she like claps and like. Oh my god. Dude, you never had your dude.
Somebody rerun you like. It's like. My brother used to do that.
I'm just saying. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's a guy thing.
Yeah, I know. But if a chick was just like,
oh, you're saying if they did.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying
no.
It was in the mix with this new.
I'm just saying.
Phase
If
of
a chick had ever done that, I don't know. I'd probably lose my mind, laughing my ass off.
I think it's stupid too because they'd be like, whatever, I'll fart wherever. I'm like, I get it, but it's also I'm still gonna make fun of you, and it is pretty disgusting. It's never not gonna be, but
actually,
also after a while, it's not. But
there's only one time it's ever been disgusting. It's like when it really smells. Like really
you're like, this one chick shit the bed, and I was like, okay, where is the line, sweetheart?
Excuse me. Thank you for having me over.
It's like that dude in that Joaquin movie. You see him in like the fucking he craps in the bed. Do you remember that movie? I'm Still Here.
Oh,
it was like the mockumentary thing.
It's kind of like if a chick shit. There's only been a couple times where I've had to deal with chicks pooping, and it's like, whoa, I did not.
You've been in a situation where a girl shit the bed?
Only once.
I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
Yeah, dude. Like a full on poop was in the bed.
Like just like a squeaker that kind of got away from her.
Was she awake?
No.
You just left.
So it was my house.
So you just left.
I burnt the house down.
And
masturbated downstairs. I was like, I'm getting this nut off.
Yeah, fuck her.
No, it was yeah. I mean, it happens. There's nothing that I've ever encountered that has ever weirded me out. You know, there's nothing that really.
I don't think I think everyone knows that about you. There's I don't think there's anything where they'd be like, "How about this?" And you'd be like,
I mean,
there was a phase in my life.
yeah, it's just like I don't think that, especially when chicks are like, "Oh, this is something weird about me." I'm like, I'm not that. It's like,
right.
What's that?
Which
weird?
is a good thing.
Yeah, and it's also another thing where like there have been certain chicks who've been like, "Oh, my sexual path, like I was really crazy." I'm like, look, as long as you're like, the only thing that would ever like turn me off, where I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
is if someone's like, "I had sex with a dead body." I had sex with my mother or father or
incest.
Yeah, I'd be like, all right, that's a little bit rich.
The dead body thing, that's like, all right.
Dude, I don't know how I don't know how you get it.
I don't know who was bringing that up on a date either, though. It's like there was this one time in my life.
I would bring it up on a date. That's the things I do on dates. Is like, so tell me about your dead body, Sitch.
Like, well, you're like, ew. She's like, I did have sex with a dead body. You're like, did you just shit yourself? You are disgusting.
I'm sorry. This is going to be a no for me.
Oh, did you see that video that Marjorie Green?
Taylor Green?
There's a video going around about this girl on American Idol that looks exactly like her, and she auditioned under a fake name, and it's her, but I don't think it is. But the girl in the video is so bad, and well, I'll show you before we go on Patreon. But it turns out it's not her, but looks exactly like her, and I was hoping so much because it's like somebody found it and was like, check out, what's her name? Marjorie
Taylor Green.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas is up there, fucking. And she's like this corny white chick. She comes on. She's like, and it's like, this is old school American Idol with like Paula Abdul and like Randy and Simon. And they're like, you're horrible. All three of them, unanimous, horrible. Wow. And then she goes back in and was like, why can't I go? And I was like, please tell me this is her. Dude. It turns out, I don't think it is. But
it looks like her?
It looks exactly. I think it looks very close to her, yeah. But I don't think it is. The lady's name was like Sue Sugarman or something, so it does sound like a made-up name, too. But it's all over Twitter. And I was like, dude, if this is her, that lady is done.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's also like you look at politicians like that. You know Marjorie Taylor Greene farts so loud, too.
Dude, she's the girl who got swatted like 3 times in a row like 3 weeks ago. She's like swatted again. I'm like...
Swatted.
Yeah, we talked about it. So it's like when the gamers were doing that shit, and they send the SWAT team to your house.
Yeah, swatted. I thought you meant it was like a sex thing. I was like, whoa, dude, just swat.
It probably is, where they swap farts, not SWAT. Dude, I'll find this video and we'll watch it before the cast because I want to talk about a couple other things too. All right, that's good, right?
Farts.
All right, farts.